You've probably heard that Puerto Ricans are US citizens, but here's what most people don't know. Despite being US citizens, Puerto Ricans living on the island do not have the same rights, guarantees, or protections as everyone else in the 50 states. In February 2026, the Puerto Rico Advisory Committee to the US Commission on Civil Rights published a major report. Its conclusion was clear. Puerto Rico has lived under unequal and discriminatory treatment by the United States government because of its unincorporated territory status. The legal foundation for that inequality is a set of Supreme Court decisions called the Insular Cases. In 1901, the Supreme Court ruled in Downs v. Bidwell that Puerto Rico belongs to but is not part of the United States, and that Congress could decide which constitutional rights apply there and which ones don't. After over a century of case law, that doctrine has consistently been upheld by the court. As recently as 2022, in US v. Vaello Madero, the court reaffirmed congressional authority to legislate different eligibility criteria in federal programs for the residents of Puerto Rico solely because the island is an unincorporated territory. As Justice Gorsuch wrote in his concurring opinion, the insular cases have no foundation in the Constitution and rest instead on racial stereotypes. They deserve no place in our law. We agree, but nonetheless, the insular cases remain precedent and current law to this day. The consequences of territorial discrimination on Puerto Rico are real. The report documents them in numbers. Federal Medicaid investment per person in Puerto Rico is $1,980 per year, compared to $6,060 per year in the States. Nutritional assistance recipients in Puerto Rico receive 60% fewer benefits than those on SNAP. Medicare reimbursement rates for providers on the island are 43% below the national average, pushing over 1,000 health professionals to leave for the states in just 5 years. As for supplemental security income, SSI, which is available in all 50 states, it's denied to residents of Puerto Rico, and the report estimates that 436,000 people would qualify if not for the exclusion that territory status allows. At the center of all of this is a democratic deficit. Puerto Rico's 3.2 million residents outnumber at least 20 US states. Yet Puerto Rico has no voting representation in Congress and is denied a vote for president, thus creating a deficit of political will in Washington that overlooks the needs of Puerto Ricans and denies them a vote in the laws that govern their everyday lives. When Puerto Rico has no voting rights, Puerto Ricans get overlooked. The report concludes that a solution to end Puerto Rico's disenfranchisement and inequality will not come from the courts. Instead, the committee urges that Congress act on its plenary powers. They recommend a federally binding plebiscite with clear definitions of every status option, so the people of Puerto Rico can exercise their right to self-determination definitively. The bottom line is clear. Congress has to act, not because it is legally required to, but because it is the moral, right, and democratic thing to do to live up to our American value of government by consent of the governed. 3.2 million Americans are waiting. If you believe in democracy, this issue belongs to all of us. Contact your members of Congress, support a binding status vote, and support statehood for Puerto Rico. Visit pr51st.com to add your voice today.